And this UCF team is still trying to figure themselves out. Each player needs to learn their role, own their role, and play within the confines of the offense. The guards can't try to be B.J. Taylor and trying to replace the point guard who's injured right now for UCF.
Taco wins the opening tap. No surprise there. Everybody on their feet waiting for the first UCF point.
You need to hop on a ladder to win the tip ball versus Taco Fall.
Man-to-man defense deployed by the Jaguars. Right into Fall, quickly doubled. Mumin for three. Rebound corralled there by Chris Thomas. Mumin has been a hot three-point shooter, Mike.
He's a walk-on for the Knights. Earned a spot in the last couple games. Started versus Alabama. Had a career night versus Alabama. Hit 3 threes in that game in the upset win versus the Crimson Tide at the Crimson Tide's gym.
Yeah, career high in that game. 11 points for Djordjije, the senior. They take it right at Taco, and thinking better of it is Shepard. From distance, that is deep. Excellent box out by UCF. And DeJesus, the man to seize it.
Even though they're not putting up as impressive a numbers as they did last year defensively, this UCF Knights team is still one of the top defensive teams, especially in the half court, in the country.
That one in and out for A.J. Davis, who is shooting 3 for 19 coming in from beyond the arc, but they know he can shoot it better than that. And a short corner baseline jumper is good by Emmanuel Shepard, the senior out of Toronto, averaging 7 a game.
That's a good sign. If you can get Taco beyond 16, 17 feet, he will let you take that shot, but I guarantee you that jumper will be contested.
DeJesus waiting for someone to flash. It's Davis. They swing it in front of the Southern bench. Here's DeJesus rising for 3. Heel of the rim. And elevating for the rebound is Eddie Reese, an excellent athlete, the junior out of Detroit. They're going to make Taco stretch, and Shepard hits another one. That's a big bucket for Emmanuel.
That's his sweet spot. That 17-foot jumper, he can knock that down. That's a good looking half-court semi-transition set for Southern.
So the first 2 buckets for Southern. They come into the action 2-6, 0-6 on the road this season. They played some stiff competition. Allen rises and scores from 15. Terrell Allen has been so valuable for this team.
They'll have those shots. Southern is not used to guarding consistent ball screen offense, especially one involved a 7'6" center in Taco Fall.
Look at that rainbow from NBA range. The left-hander, Eddie Reese, he has been stroking it from distance. 4 triples at Tulane on Wednesday. He had 18 points.
He's just transferred from Northwest Tech, averaged close to 19 points a game there, so he comes in with a scorer's mentality.
7-2. Skip pass. Djordjije saved it, but it ends up in Reese's hands. Spinning into the front court. No look pass. Deflects to Shepard. He goes into Taco and loses the ball out of bounds.
It's one thing you have to be careful of if you're Shepard. The thing about Taco Fall that makes him really good is his ability to get from one end of the floor to the other. I think when you just watch him, it looks like he could be moving in slow motion, but his strides are so long that he covers a ton of ground.
Inbounds pass comes to Sandifer. High point Chris Thomas. Here's Reese, averaging 9 a game. And a terrific low post player, Sam, well defended by Chad Brown, who just checked in for Taco.
That's a great physical matchup to watch between Sam and Chad Brown, who are both energy, physical post players.
DeJesus spins into the lane, finds Davis, reluctant to pull the trigger there. Cesar, shake and bake, he took steps.
Yeah, he's going to have happy feet once or twice a game. I think, Ari, we've seen that in the last couple of games that you and I have called. Cesar DeJesus is going to be a very good point guard, but remember, he is a freshman point guard thrown into the starting role with B.J. Taylor out with an injury.
There's Johnny Dawkins, 1986, 10th overall pick by San Antonio in the 9 seasons in the NBA. Sam, low right where he's comfortable. They'll throw a double at him. A.J. Davis with those quick hands. Chad Brown physical. Little jump hook is deep. Well defended by Chad. Here comes Terrell Allen. Surveys.
2 different type of point guards on the floor for UCF right now. DeJesus and Allen. Allen is a more true setup point guard, whereas DeJesus likes to be more of a playmaker.
Terrific hustle by A.J. to get that back.
Good pump fake.
DeJesus pull-up jumper, yes.
Two smart plays. A.J. Davis, an excellent driving kick. And DeJesus turned down a contested three-point shot with a pump fake that we don't see very often in the college game. Hits that 17-foot jumper.
Penetrated, rejected by Chad Brown, who came over from the weak side. Here comes Davis on the attack. DeJesus takes the baseline. Beautiful flip pass, but unable to handle was Chad, just to the left of the outstretched arm of Brown.
You have to know as the point guard who you are throwing the ball to, and if you throw a bullet fadeaway pass along the baseline, it better be to a post player who is conditioned for catching those type of passes.
Another terrific box out by UCF. Chad Brown able to pick it up off a bounce. Davis into the corner, Mumin. Djordjije rises with a hand in his face and buries it.
He's got confidence to make it. He was a catalyst in UCF's comeback win versus Alabama. Hit two huge threes to end a long scoring drought versus the Crimson Tide.
He was 4 for 5 from beyond the arc in that game against Bama. Came into the action 5 of 7 from three-point territory. Difficult shot, almost rimmed in from Thomas with Mumin all over him.
You want to talk about when an offense is good, the players know their role. Djordjije Mumin is one of those players who understands his role. He's going to play hard. He's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to catch and shoot threes, and he stays within the parameters of himself. As a role player, the offense flows really well.
A good help by Mumin defensively, cutting off Reese. 15-footer by Sam, well contested by Brown. Back to Reese with a fresh shot clock.
Dangerous pass.
NBA three is good.
Wow. Wow.
Sandifer showing some range. 38% on the season beyond the arc. He had 14 points at Duke, Mike.
Yeah, Coach Scott says he has a scorer's mentality. One of those players that can get hot. A little streaky, but that first shot goes down. You better watch out.
Mumin. He was bothered by Sandifer, who got up and elevated into his face. DeJesus for three. Battle for the rebound. Djordjije saves it, but right into the hands of Shepard.
Southern needs to be careful. They are not boxing out at all when the shot goes up.
That scoring, beautifully done, is Eddie Reese over the shot blocker Brown.
You get the sense that Southern has much more energy than UCF does. They are in attack mode every possession.
And tenacious defensively as well. Terrell Allen, a little hesitation, reverse layup. Pretty move by the transfer from Drexel.
With proper ball movement, those shots will be there for UCF. Southern, known as a good offensive team, they struggle rotating defensively in the half court.
Sam, skip pass. Here's Shepard, rises from 12. A.J. Davis elevates for the board. Long lead pass, it's DeJesus. To the rim, hanging and scoring.
That's where he's best at. His ability to attack, create, and make something out of nothing in the full court. He is a sneaky good athlete. How about that rebound and outlet by A.J. Davis, who, by the way, is leading the American Conference in rebounding.
Yes, he is. 10.3 a game, 19th in the nation.
He's been the MVP for UCF, at currently averaging a double-double.
Yeah, he does it all for Coach Dawkins. Reese pulls up, quick trigger. Allen seizes the board. Terrell ahead to A.J. A.J. and a blocking foul will go on Reese, to the disgust of Coach Morris Scott and the Southern bench. The Jaguars off to a fast start despite DeJesus's bucket. For the Knights, looking for some more energy, Mike.
Southern has better continuity on the offensive end. I think that ball screen's been really good. 4 assists to only 2 turnovers versus 6 assists and 6 turnovers for UCF. I like the way that Southern is pushing the ball in semi-transition and setting up their offense in the half court. Eddie Reese has done a really nice job setting up this Jaguar half court set.
The Knights currently ranked number 26 RPI in the nation.
had 3 tough losses in a row. West Virginia, St. John's, and then Missouri.
Swarming defense, and over the top, they wrestle away from Taco. That's some strength from Shaquille Benson. 6'10", 260. The junior is out of New Orleans, number 22, right there.
The ball goes behind Taco's head, and that can't happen. It's got to stay parallel or forward.
Well, they are absolutely being physical with Fall. That is short from Lang. Look at the hustle from DeJesus. On the floor, diving. Great effort by Caesar. And for Southern, diving on it was Aaron Ray.
Check out DeJesus. Gave that sneaky effort, stuck up behind, was able to poke the ball. You know, you actually work on that in practice. That's like a tip drill that you, when you're late and trying to chase down a ball handler, you always want to tip up, Ari. You never want to tip the ball down, because when you bring your hand down, it gives the impression to the referee that it's a foul. But if you go up, you got a better chance of getting the ball, and the referee is less likely to call a foul.
AJ to the rim, lays it up and in off of the glass. Davis with a bucket. Well, 10 players on UCF have already played with 6 scoring points. It is a deep team this season. 11 Knights have scored this season. 9 have scored in double figures. 7 have led the team in scoring, and 5 are currently averaging 9 or more points a game.
I think you get the sense, though, that Coach Dawkins is still trying to figure out which team he has. He has the luxury of playing a lot of guys, which is a good thing, but what lineups work best?
And one for Taco. Yeah, if he gets that team, forget about it.
Yeah, you're done. You have no chance. And it doesn't matter if you're 6'10" or 7 foot. He's 7'6", and he's over 250 pounds. People don't talk about that enough. The fact that, yes, he has a ridiculous wingspan at 8'4", and he's 7'6", but he is strong too.
Yeah,
he has a strong base. No, that's correct. You are absolutely correct, Ari. He's got a strong base. Spent a lot of time in the weight room. Worked with Alex Parr, the strength and conditioning coach for UCF. Put on close to 20 pounds in the offseason.
Now Shepard comes back in and replaces Benson, who goes to the bench when Taco Fall did. Chad Brown back on the floor for Coach Dawkins. And here is Eddie Reese. Sam calling for the ball in the post, didn't get it. It was frustrated. Fade away by Reese, an air ball, but there is Sam. He scores, count the bucket, and a foul. So Taco goes to the bench, and immediately Jared Sam takes advantage.
Yeah, no question. That is the second best part of his game, is if he's not getting, you get the sense, and it was really catapulted by Eddie Reese. I think his ability to make plays in the half court has energized this Southern team.
Mumin for 3. Bam! Djordjije, fresh off the bench, hits his second train.
He is starting to become the deep threat for the UCF Knights. This is a walk-on who played extremely limited minutes last year, did not play very much in the first 3 games of the season for UCF, and had his coming out party as when he started versus Alabama with a career high 11 points.
Aaron Ray works against Mumin. Pick and roll. Nice switch by Djordjije. Makes it a difficult shot by Shepard. Here comes Terrell Allen. No advantage. We'll get into their offense. AJ off the curl. To the rim. Gets a defender in the air and stripped on his way up. Good defense played by Mayo.
Really good defense by Mayo. Able to get his hands in there and not draw a foul. Hard to do.
Wolfidis reaches in.
That's his game. That's Sam's game. Attacking the rim, drawing a foul. He can absorb those hits to the body really well.
So Jared Sam will be at the foul line when we return. UCF up by 2 in a terrific ball game. Djordjije Mumin from distance, giving the Knights the lead.
With the
And the band entertaining the crowd. Finals are pretty much over here at UCF. The Knights up by 2. Southern playing a terrific first half thus far under head coach Morris Scott, who played at Florida A&M. He led the Rattlers to the first ever NCAA tournament back in '99. Also played baseball at A&M, so quite an athlete, Morris Scott.
Regarded as one of the best assistant coaches in the SWAC. He's very familiar with the state of Florida. He was coached at Chipley High School and Middleton High School in Tampa, so strong recruiting ties in the state of Florida.
Well, UCF just 3 of 12 from beyond the arc, but Djordjije Mumin 2 of 3. Taco back in, but that didn't bother the shot from Richard Lee.
Richie Lee, the 6'4" senior, gets about 6 points a game with a little floater. I love it.
Allen maneuvering, leans in, shoots it up short, follows it up, bank no good. Taco is there for the slam down.
We call that dunk percentage for Taco Fall. It's not even field goal percentage anymore.
107 of them last season led the nation.
Good things happen for UCF in the half court when you go inside first and attack the rim. Because if you're not getting that layup to go in, chances are when Taco Fall's in the game, he's going to clean up your mess.
Loose ball, Terrell Allen getting down on the floor, somehow pushes it forward. Deion Griffin to the rim is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. After that scramble, foul committed by Mayo, and terrific effort by Terrell Allen.
It actually, tremendous effort by Terrell Allen, but that was a strange sequence in that I don't know why Deion Griffin, he was running out to the three-point line. If he would have ran straight to the rim, I think that pass from A.J. Davis, you're looking at a dunk.
Well, Deion, 72% for the free throw line. The transfer out of Louisiana Tech. There's Aaron Ray returned to the lineup for the Jaguars.
Griffin was a very good scorer at Louisiana Tech, one of their better three-point shooters. A lot of Knights fans thought that he was going to be the guy to somewhat replace Matt Williams, who was the prolific three-point shooter last year for UCF.
He hit 56 of them for Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, he's a very good three-point shooter, but I think he's trying to he has the ability to be a great scorer, more so than just a great shooter. And I think he's still trying to figure out how to be that great scorer within the confines of Johnny Dawkins' offense.
What a follow by Jared Sam. Exhibiting an all-around game here today.
It was the second time that UCF did not box out, and Jared Sam made the Knights pay for it.
Allen skip past Mumin, rising for 3, good.
It's a good kick. That's a good driving kick by Terrell Allen. Mumin's going to knock that down deep in the corner. That's automatic for him. Terrell Allen, that pure point guard, getting into the teeth of the defense, drawing defenders to you, and then kicking out for an open 3. Easy offense.
Djordjije with 3 already. A contested baseline jumper is strong shot up by Sandifer. Terrell Allen has really solidified this point guard position with B.J. Taylor out with the injury.
Southern has kind of gotten away from what's made them successful in the half court.
And stepping out of bounds, so the turnover is number 8 for UCF.
See, the frustrating part about that turnover is a baseline drive, 50% of the time, is death. I mean, that just kills you. Baseline drives are not statistically high percentage moves, and but you had Taco Fall in one-on-one post position. When we talked about point guards not understanding how to play with Taco, you got to throw that in. When it's one-on-one with Taco Fall in the post, you have to throw it in every time.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Good catch by Ray. With 7, pulls up, leans into a 3 and sinks it over Mumin. Big bucket.
Aaron Ray shoots 50% from the three-point line on the year. Really good three-point shooter for the Jaguars.
So the Knights can hold for 1 here. 15 seconds remain in the first half. A.J. holding, and under 10, they will.
Here comes a ball screen.
Allen dribbles away from it, hits Taco on his cut, finger rolls it up. Good balance by Taco. He will be headed to the free throw line to shoot 2.
I would do that every time. I'd want to do that every time. I mean, you don't want Taco sprinting up to the three-point line every possession. I understand that. But throwing that up away from the defense where nobody else can get it, and Taco Fall, you know, the other good thing about his game is he's got pretty good hands. Very rarely will you see a ball that's coming right to him and he won't get. He gets those big mitts around the ball, and he's able to corral it in. But that's a good play by Terrell Allen, throwing it away from the defense, only where Taco Fall can catch it.
And the 10.5-inch hand of Taco Fall hits one of two.
That's my shoe size. Oh my
That's
God!
bigger than my shoe size.
Oh my God!
So a timeout.
Oven mitts.
And the skis on the his feet with the size 22 as Johnny Dawkins talking it over for the final 2.8 of the first half. You think Johnny and the team's a little bit surprised what Southern's bringing to the court here today?
Well, here's the reality: is you should never be surprised by energy, ever. You know, and that's something that I think Coach Dawkins is trying to talk about with his UCF team. Is it doesn't matter who you're playing against. The one thing you can control is how hard you play. You know, in each possession, every effort, and that matters. I'm not surprised Southern came out and wanting to beat UCF. Heck, they're 2-0 all time versus UCF. You're telling me they don't want to come in here for 3-0 all time?
Eddie Reese with that terrific range, but this one a little bit too difficult with Terrell Allen defending. And that brings the first half to a close. The Jaguars of Southern very impressive here on UCF's home floor, where the Knights are looking for their 8th home win in the last 9 games. But it is difficult against this quick Southern team. The Knights up by 2 at the half.
Turnovers by the UCF Knights, and the Southern Jaguars doing a great job of taking advantage of those opportunities.
8 turnovers for UCF, just 4 for Southern. And by the way, that Florida-Cincinnati game is on ESPN2 at 6. Right now, Wichita State is playing Oklahoma State in an American Conference doubleheader on the Deuce.
Hard to win at Stillwater. That game is going to be awesome.
There's Taco in the post, just like Mike said. That is the strategy. Taco unusually left that little layup short. Battle for the rebound is won by the Jaguars. Can they keep it in bounds? And will they award him a timeout?
I think they gave him the timeout.
So Chris Thomas.
No. They reversed it.
He was teetering on that sideline.
Yeah.
Coach Scott saying, why didn't I get it?
You can't get it as you're falling out of bounds. Yeah, that's a new rule that went into effect a couple years ago. Fairly new rule.
Djordjije looking for Taco.
Can't throw that pass.
Yeah, Taco said, no, not yet, swing it, and he released the pass.
Well, you had 2 Southern players that were coming on weak side help with that pass, and you also can't leave the ball above your head and telegraph the pass.
There's Cesar. A jump stop in the lane. Davis pulls up in the left elbow and hits the bucket.
You actually don't see that a lot from A.J. Davis, that mid-range jumper. He's capable of making that. He's usually your slasher type trying to get to the rim.
4 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for Davis in this one. Look at this shot by Reese to try to send it over Taco. Didn't work. Terrell Allen in transition to the rim, rejected. Up high for that block was Sandifer, but evidently a foul on the way up was committed against Terrell.
Nice Euro step by Terrell Allen in transition. Just take a look at 1-2, bring the ball above your head, Euro step maneuver. That's a beautiful move. I love that move has came over from the European professional side into the college and pro side in America.
Terrell Allen now with 5 points, 3 assists. Terrell with A career high at Alabama, 16 points, 8 assists. He also had 4 steals in that one. He is 4th in the American Conference at 1.6 steals per game.
Love his ability to lead the offense. He's a great complement to Cesar DeJesus. And when B.J. Taylor comes back, who has a scorer's mentality, Terrell Allen is more of a setup man.
So UCF extends the lead to 6, their largest of the day. Here's Reese. To the rim and trying to throw it down over Taco. Emmanuel Shepard, the 6'8 senior. He looked like he was 6'1 when he went up against Taco.
Yeah, but he almost got Taco. That literally never happens. No player wants to challenge Taco Fall at the rim, but that was incredible.
Yeah, he got up high. Shepard, courageous.
Courageous is the perfect word to use, Ari. I'd be scared to death.
He hits the first of 2. Just 43% from the free throw line, Emmanuel is.
Man, that he took off like he was Sean Kemp ripping down the lane. Wow.
Must be nice to have that kind of confidence in your athleticism.
First of all, I'm a little disappointed in you, Ari, that you didn't say, wow, that was an incredible Sean Kemp reference. I mean, we don't get that very often.
No.
I felt like you deserve a little credit for that.
You shocked me into silence with that one.
Man.
Terrell Allen. Mumin has 3 triples.
The ball has just stayed behind the three-point line this entire possession, except for that last drive by Cesar DeJesus.
And A.J. rattles one home, his first triple of the day. Thomas.
I don't even think that Jared Sam has touched the ball yet in this second half.
He'll set a high ball screen. He'd like to get it back on his roll. They don't even look at him.
But it's hard to when you have Taco Fall, as you take a look at a little catch and shoot, and that's what he does. So much of what Taco Fall does well doesn't show up in the stat sheet individually, but it does as a team. That's one of the reasons why they're the best, one of the best field goal percentage defensive teams in the country, because he alters so many shots.
DeJesus buries a corner 3. 2 triples in a row for the Knights. Davis and DeJesus, and the lead is 10. They have outscored them 10-2 here to start the second half. UCF by 10 over Southern. Well, the 10-2 second half run has the night dancing. UCF up by 10. Taco Fall, what a presence he is defensively. He alters so many shots.
He really does. Again, statistically, as an individual, it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet for Taco, But when you play against Taco Fall and you take a jump shot or a shot around the rim, it's like playing against a broomstick. You have to shoot it above and beyond what your norm is. And you could see he's a finalist for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award, which is the award for one of the best centers in the country. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar actually came to UCF to visit with Taco Fall at the start of the season. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Taco Fall sharing some knowledge together. Pretty cool to see those two guys standing next to each other. And the funny thing, and Kareem's over 7 foot.
It's 7'4".
Taco Fall made Kareem Abdul-Jabbar look like a normal, like 6'11", maybe 7 foot player. It was really kind of funny to see.
But what a great resource to have, Kareem in your ear.
Absolutely.
And look at that shot. Yeah. A little wry smile from Aaron Ray towards the crowd.
He's been a ray of sunshine for the Southern Jaguars here.
Yeah, Ray,
two big shots.
Yes, a couple of difficult bailout shots. He's got 3 trays. 9 points for Ray off of the bench.
Could you imagine Taco Fall with a hook shot? Would that be the most unstoppable shot of all time?
Well, Kareem could teach him that.
That's right.
You may be looking at the next NBA All-Star.
Look at the double team for the Jaguars, just sitting right on Taco Fall. They're in a zone right now, but they have 2 players just standing directly in front of Taco.
Immediately double, helping from the weak side. Taco turns to his left and scores with the left.
That is a really good move by Taco Fall, and that is really poor baseline help defense by Southern. If you're going to sit in a 2-3 zone and Taco Fall gets it along the block, there has to be a second line of defense.
Jared Sam taking it right at Taco. Draws the foul and will head to the line to shoot 2. So Sam will shoot those free throws when we return. Here's Taco spinning to his left. UCF by 9. You are watching the American Conference on ESPN. Let's get to that play you were talking about, Mike. It seemed like the help came early on the pass, but then disappeared. It
completely disappeared. You can't leave the ball with Taco Fall 1 foot away from the block, and that is a move that he did not have last year. That's something that he worked on during the summer. Last year, he could only drop step and go over his left shoulder. This year, he read the defense. He felt the right angle towards the basket, drop step with his right foot and went over his right shoulder, used his left hand. A skillful move from the big fella, Taco Fall.
Yeah, Taco, 74% field goal percentage. He is 4 of 5 today. And on the other side, Jared Sam, just 3 of 10 from the field. He hits his first free throw of the day. He's now 1 of 3 from the line. I mean, this is a guy, this is another one. But Sam He had a double-double at Tulane, 15 and 10. Double-double at Illinois, 21 and 11.
Yep.
And he scored 27 against Tennessee Martin.
But he has never faced a player like Taco Fall before. And that is just, it just changes the game. Most teams have two scatter reports. One when Taco Fall is on the floor, and one when Taco Fall is off the floor, because the flow of the game completely changes offensively and defensively because he attracts so much attention.
The Knights just committed their 9th turnover. Here's Shepard, who's been impressive. Elevates for the turnaround.
Nice.
Jay, and soft touch.
Man, how about that? That's the second contested fadeaway jumper that he's made today.
8 points, 4 rebounds for Shepard. A.J. Davis, that ball handling ability. Such an advantage with his size.
Southern in a 2-3 zone. That's the sweet spot. Get it to the free throw line, suck the defense in, and there's A.J. Davis. Just the glue guy of all glue guys. His stat line tonight, 10 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. Man, that's called a stat stuffer.
Could be on his way to a triple-double.
Yeah.
Averages a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. But nobody even close to A.J. on that rebound. That could have been a reach-in foul. Shepard had it poked away.
It's already hard enough to rebound out of a 2-3 zone because sometimes you fall in love with guarding a space instead of a man. And I believe that'll go back to Southern, yeah. And if you're going to sit in a 2-3 zone with a guy like Taco Fall, here's where A.J. Davis cleans up. Because it takes 2 guys to box him out in the zone.
Yeah.
A.J. Davis will come from the weak side because over 50% of shots fall from the opposite side from where it's shot from. A.J. Davis knows that, plays the percentages, gets the offensive rebound.
Griffin and Brown return. Taco and Jesus depart. Eddie Reese will inbound with 1 second on the shot clock. UCF by 8. Underneath, stolen by Allen. Ahead they run to Griffin. Flying in and scoring and 1.
It's an excellent job. Terrell Allen had those quick hands right underneath the bucket. That's a scatter report scenario against the baseline out of bounds. Terrell Allen doesn't sit on the passer. He sits underneath the bucket. Good pass ahead to Dayon Griffin. Easy layup.
The 4th assist for Terrell Allen. And for Dayon Griffin.
That play never works, Ari. The swipe at the fast breaker when he's going up towards the rim. Do you ever see that
Always
actually?
gets called.
Every time. Every time. You cannot foul a streaking player like Dayon Griffin going to the rim in the full court.
The lead is 10. It was a 2-point UCF advantage at the half. Reese finds Sam, who scores off of the glass with Taco out of the game.
What a nice drive and kick by Reese. He needs to be the guy to initiate the offense. I love his game, and UCF has not been able to figure him out.
Reese had 11 points, but they have shut him down in the second half.
Yeah.
Hasn't scored, but they're setting up Jared Sam. Mumin straight on. Battle for the rebound. Shepard brings it down.
It's a great time for Southern to get back into the game with Taco Fall on the bench. I try and get to the rim every time.
The floater, difficult shot. You thought they might go into Jared Sam, like you said, with Taco out.
It just baffles me why you wouldn't do that. I would just try to do it every single time because when Taco Fall has been out, Jared Sam was highly effective in the post.
That's a pretty turnaround move by A.J.
That corner of the free throw line against the 2-3 zone is the sweet spot for zone offenses.
Ray. There's Sam. That's where UCF wants him. Out on the perimeter. Eddie Reese around a screen and couldn't nail that 3. Here comes Terrell Allen. Eyes up.
Nice kick.
Finds A.J. Good recovery defensively by Chris Thomas, as Mumin has 3 triples.
Still sitting in a zone. You're in a 1-3-1 zone for Southern.
Look at Chad Brown.
That's his
fouled.
game. Yeah, that's his game. Mr. Energy. Well, we called the first 2 games of the year for UCF, and Chad Brown was the catalyst both times coming off the bench from an energy standpoint. UCF needs more than just Chad Brown to blow this game wide open, but the big fella getting it done on the offensive end. Yes, to complete that play.
So Djordjije Mumin back on the court. Djordjije 3 of 6 from 3-point territory. He replaces McSpadden. As a team, UCF 7 of 22 from beyond the arc.
Mumin's actually shooting over 60% from the 3-point line this year. I mean, when you talk about scatter report as an opposing team, 1 out of 2 shots is going in.
And Taco Fall's presence causes that walk. Against the pressure, Terrell Allen glides into the front court. With just over 5 minutes to play, the lead is 9 for the Knights. Mumin quickly covered by Lee.
Southern's back into a man-to-man. Djordjije missed Taco Fall in the low post again.
There's the ball screen. Terrell Allen pops. Got hit on the arm. Taco is there to put it in. Taco Fall now 14.
Shepard's looking around like, what am I supposed to do?
And that one just trying to lob it over. Reese was over the 7-6 Fall.
Taco Fall with 14 points on the night. You get the sense that he's starting to get back into shape, you know, get more into a rhythm around the rim.
Yeah, that's a season high for Taco.
It's hard for a player that size when you're out for. As Mumin knocks down another 3, it's hard for a player that size when you sit out for 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks before the season. It takes even longer. You almost have to double the amount of time for a player to get back into, you know, preseason conditioning form.
Yeah, he's breathing much better here today. We've seen him a couple games when he first returned, kind of look at the bench after a couple of trips down.
You almost have to double the amount of time in terms of coming back from particular injuries, or, you know, if you sit out 2 weeks of practice, you lose your wind immediately.
Good fight there by Aaron Ray as Southern has played hard all day long for Johnny Dawkins. It's Djordjije Mumin with his 4th triple of the day.
Is that a taco hat?
This is the American Conference on ESPN. UCF by 14. Taco Fall getting his stamina back, Mike. Season high in both points and rebounds, 14 and 8 for Falls. We'll check the NCAA news and notes. There's a Ty Solomon you had mentioned, Mike.
Yeah, just a really scary thing. Collapsed, almost completely lost function, bodily function, and the athletic trainer for South Carolina State. First of all, that's the greatest taco hat I've ever seen in my life. the athletic trainer for South Carolina State, brought him back to life on the court. Unbelievable. A hero.
Djordjije Mumin, 4 trays, leading the way for the Knights. DeJesus back on the court for Coach Dawkins. Into Taco, great position again. Second time, no doubt about it.
That's really, what you're doing there is just padding your rebounding stats, I believe. I think that's
So now
what
it's
the main
16
reason.
tonight.
Exactly. He knows what he's doing.
1 rebound away from the double-double. Eddie Reese. He's held at that 11 points. He had 11 at the break. Good dig by UCF defensively by Davis and Allen. They knocked that free and caused the 11th Southern turnover.
Excellent job of A.J. Davis. He is just so good at having a nose for the basketball. He's always around the ball defensively. A.J. Davis did a phenomenal job guarding Colin Sexton. As we'll go back in a second, as you take a look at Taco Fall, tallest player in Division I basketball, one of the biggest human beings in the world. But would like to get back to my point with A.J. Davis. He was charged with guarding Colin Sexton, who was the 4th leading scorer in the country, averages about 25 points per game. He plays for Auburn. He will probably be a first-round draft pick in the 2018 NBA draft. And A.J. Davis held him to less than 10 points in that game. In fact, A.J. Davis held him scoreless in field goals. His only points, Colin Sexton's only points in that game were at the free throw line. Unbelievable job by A.J. Davis, locking up one of the best scorers in the country.
That kid does it all. He has the skill, the length, and the court sense. He is a smart player. And A.J. today, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists.